Thank you for your investment in our community and your business through your membership in the Billings Chamber of Commerce. Core to the Chamber of Commerce mission are 4 areas: improving our quality of life, growing our visitor economy, helping you, our members, succeed and grow, and supporting business advocacy, because we know elections matter, and local, state, and federal elected officials impact directly our growth pattern. So every year, our board of directors looks at those core elements and determines what we need to focus on for this upcoming year. So this year, our board of directors scanned the environment, they talked to you, our members, they surveyed you, and they came up with some wonderful directives to move Billings forward. Let's hear about those.
Hey, Julie and Jess. So the board this last year has identified public safety and building our place as 2 priorities. Why is that?
I think when it comes to public safety, too many times we get caught up in the rhetoric of rallies. And the chamber is actually focused on accomplishing real results when it comes to public safety. And it's amazing to see the work we've done. We've worked with the community to advance the mail, to get the money, to get the funds. We've worked with our city council, our mayor, and we're working with our county to accomplish real results.
What about quality of place?
I think people, when they think public safety, they automatically think police force and law enforcement, and it's so much bigger than that. So creating a quality of place in Billings where people feel comfortable, where they have amenities and things that they can do with their families, that is part of public safety, and we miss that a lot in the big discussion. So the chamber is still committed to that in creating effective and safe and efficient trail systems and good parks where families can do things, having recreational opportunities where people have stuff to do so that their kids aren't out finding nefarious things that get them in trouble.
We're sitting right in the middle of Swords Run Rock Park. I think we've seen a dozen strollers and families and kids and adults enjoying out running and recreating, and the importance of parks in our trail system and community recreation centers that can also serve as sports venues and growing our sports economy. I mean, those are things that I know we're hyper-focused on at the chamber, the community's looking at now. What do you guys think? Why is that important?
So I've learned so much over the last couple months about what our Parks Department does for the community, and I think their program is so important. That's what helps not only draw them here, but it keeps them here. Because we have a lot of people who want to move to Billings and they want to know why, and we need to be a part of the conversation in how do we create that perfect community for them to raise their families.
Absolutely. It means a lot for folks coming in from around the state. I mean, Billings is our city, and we're not shying away from our big city problems. We're attacking them locally, and we're making those results. So when you're coming in here, whether it's to sell livestock, buy livestock, go to a fair, go to a rodeo, all the amazing recreation that goes on in Billings, you know it's going to be safe. And this community is where I enjoy being. It's a lot easier to get to the ranch from Billings than it is from Boulder. And that's a big issue for why we want to keep our folks working in the city, recreating in this city. And the chamber's leading the effort. And we've got some great partners, and I'm proud to be a part of them.
So the chamber is undergoing a lot of new strategic priorities for this year, and one of them is You Belong in Billings. And that's a huge thing. As the chair of the board, I'm so super excited about. I mean, bringing good quality people into Billings and then making sure that they want to stay here. And I know from a large international company like KOA, that's something you guys deal with all the time.
That's right. I'm very as an employer here, we're very focused on retention, putting a lot of effort into talent attraction. So any help we can get in marketing this great place that we live helps me in attracting candidates.
Totally makes sense. And another whole side of it is once they're here, what kind of city are we in terms of making sure that they belong? And on top of just knowing that you can belong here, it's finding activities that you can connect to and have a sense of belonging, that if you're involved in a specific activity, that community is here and you can connect into it as well too. So certainly one of the big issues is belonging in Billings.
Right, I think the Chamber's done a good job of trying to develop programming. There's lots of things people can get involved in, right? Whether you're earlier in your career, if you're a woman in workforce, we've got great DEI programs. It's all about helping people find their people in Billings. And it's just super important. We live in such a great community.
Another strategic priority of the Chambers is creating a campaign of developing, having us understand as Billings and area residents of loving where we live. And we are on top of, I think, one of the best attributes of Billings and the rims, and yet this is a man-made piece of beauty and nature that we get. And yet we have the opportunity still to do so much more for Billings and to create that sense of place where people want to live. The belonging is set, and now how do we want to make sure that they continue to stay here? And there's a lot on the table as well too, it seems.
Yeah, I'm really passionate about this love where you live concept, getting the whole community rallied behind Billings. You're right, we're on the rims right now, which is gorgeous. We've got the river here, this whole river to rims. No other place in Montana can claim that. And as an employer, it's important for us to attract people here. And once we're here, I want them to be excited to be here. Behind, new air service coming in and out of Billings, I think is very important. We want to build a new convention center. But in order to get those things done, we all need to come together and really just have this future vision for Billings and make it happen.
My husband and I are small business owners. We were able to open our own healthcare clinic, and that doesn't happen in the city. And so job opportunity was here, and then when we got here we realized, okay, we're not just helping patients, we're helping our neighbors and the teachers and people that we see every single day.
Toby, you mentioned that how many people come to Billings, and sometimes as residents we might have a harder time telling people the things that they could go visit in Billings. And so I'm excited that the Chamber's really getting around this certified tourism ambassador program, where you'll be able to send your employees through this program. I know as board members we're all signing up and doing that as well too, but to learn and understand what things are available in Billings and to be able to answer that question, what's there to do in Billings? Because there's so much when you start talking about it, you're like, oh yeah, I forgot about that. But it's a cool program.
What I think is really cool about this program is it just is giving us a forum to remind people what's here, rediscover the community. I think it's easy to get caught up in your day-to-day and forget all the great things that we have to do here. And maybe you're looking, what are we going to leave on the weekend? What are we going to go do? But not only are we helping tourism through this program, we're also helping our community. And I think it just gives us a nice vehicle to remind people of all the great things there is to do in Billings and then to build upon that.
We have got a lot to do, a lot of priorities, but fortunately we have an amazing board of directors and an amazing chamber staff as well too. So are you two ready to do this?
Let's do it.
All right, let's go. Let's do it.